Who the heck do I think I am? My name is Anders, and I'm a songwriter. So what about equipment? You see, here's the thing. Equipment doesn't matter. If that was the case, I could never afford to do what it is that I do. Also, people already rich would be the only ones who could ever make it in the business. Having said that, the technological development over the past couple of decades has certainly made it a whole lot easier for aspiring musicians and songwriters to bring their ideas forward and present them to the world in a much more professional way than was possible decades ago, or even just a few years ago. The technological development is the reason why I can now sit here at home by my dining table, create my music and present it to the world, and that is extremely helpful to me. All you really need to get started within songwriting is your great ideas and then some kind of instrument that you feel comfortable playing. Maybe you're a guitarist, maybe you are a piano player. That's the start. Then you can start to write down the individual notes for your song, and I prefer to use the piano, but really you can use any instrument you prefer. I guess most songs are written on a guitar or piano though. And the modern technology makes it possible for you to write your own music without even knowing how to write music or read music. It just happens automatically. You do not need to know how to read or write music in order to write a song. And the better you know your software, also known as your DAW, Digital Audio Workstation, the better your songs and demo tracks will sound. So what do I use? I have the entry-level MacBook Air 11-inch, which by the way is the cheapest Apple computer available. Now you may have a different preference for computers, but to me the operating system on the Mac is the best and most intuitive, and it also comes with a lot of free software like GarageBand, which is what I use to create my songs. My piano is the MAUDIO MIDI controller connected with a USB cable to my computer. And then I have a good pair of headphones, a stack of books for the computer, and that's really it. I'm not really a great singer, but I always sing my songs myself for the first time in order to just make sure that they work and sound more or less the way I want them to, and the way they sounded in my head when I first got the idea for them. And I used to start up with this cheap $30 USB microphone taped to a camera tripod, and that was okay for the first many demos. Over time I began to hear certain limitations to my own voice, and I wanted a somewhat warmer feel to the vocals, so I upgraded to the condenser microphone. But it's really not necessary to make your first demos. You can really start with something cheap. Don't go with the built-in microphone in the laptop though. That's not working very well. So not including my laptop that I use for all other kinds of stuff anyway, and I had it already when I began to write songs, I guess I've invested somewhere around $500–600 in equipment for the keyboard and the microphone, software and computer and external drives and everything I already have. So $500–600, that's all you really need. And if you cannot afford that, you can still write songs just with a piece of paper, your guitar or piano or whichever instrument you play, and all of your great ideas. You can even buy lots of great equipment secondhand So don't go out and spend a fortune before you even get started. Buy proper equipment as you move along and as you develop, and maybe even as you make money. Good luck with your songwriting.